Hai guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. So in this lesson, we are going to talk about 4 conditionals: 0, first, second, and third conditional. Each conditional sentence has an if clause and the main clause. The 0 and the first conditional express a real, possible situation and result. The second and third conditional express unreal, impossible situations and results. With all conditional sentences, the order of these clauses is not fixed, so you can change or swap them. It doesn't change the meaning. If I study, I'll pass the exam. I'll pass the exam if I study. In writing, if your if clause comes first, add that comma. But if your main clause comes first, you don't need that comma. So now let's start with the 0 conditional. A 0 conditional sentence has the present simple after if, then the present simple in the main clause. So if this thing happens, that thing happens. We use the 0 conditional sentence to talk about general truth or facts which always happen under certain conditions. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Water boils if you heat it to 100 degrees. It is a fact. I'm talking in general, not about one particular situation. If it rains, the grass gets wet. If you freeze water, it becomes a solid. Plants die if they don't get enough water. You lose weight if you don't eat enough. So this is basically always true. The result is always in the main clause. You can change the word if with when or whenever without changing the meaning. When you heat ice, it melts. Whenever babies are hungry, they cry. 0 conditional also can be used to express a general habits. If I'm tired, I go to bed earlier. This is what I usually do. If I eat sauce, I'm sick. This is only true for me. Maybe not for everyone, but it is still true that I'm sick every time I eat sauce. Right? Let's move on to the first conditional. The first conditional has the present simple after if, then the future simple in the main clause. So if this thing happens, that thing will happen. The first conditional is used to talk about things that might happen in the future. Of course, we can't know what will happen in the future, but this describes the possibilities of the future. With the 0 conditional, we spoke in general, but in first conditional, we speak about specific situation. If it rains tomorrow, I'll stay at home. There is a real possibility of rain tomorrow. In this situation, I'll stay at home. If I have enough money, I'll buy some new hats. We'll take a taxi if we want to get there on time. But we can use models instead of will. This means that the result is not certain. It is possible, but it is not definite. The modal verbs in the first conditional express willingness, permission, possibility, and suggestion. If it rains tomorrow, I would stay at home. If I have enough money, I might buy some new hats. We should take a taxi if we want to get there on time. Okay, now we move on to the second conditional. second conditional uses the past simple after if, then would plus infinitive or present continuous in the main clause. So if this thing happened, that thing would happen, or that thing would be happening. The second conditional is used to imagine future situations that are impossible or unlikely in reality. If cats had wings, they would be able to fly. If he won a lot of money, he would buy a private jet. The second conditional also can be used to imagine present situations that are impossible. In this case, use I were instead of I was. Yes, was is also possible, but some people consider were to be more correct. If I were you, I would drive more carefully in the rain. This is unreal because I'm not you. I can't be you. That's impossible. It is a good way of giving a warning or advice. If I were 10, I would buy this cute dress. Of course, I cannot be younger. That's impossible. Now, let's talk about that continuous form. We also can use continuous form in the second conditional. It expresses an unfinished or ongoing action or situation, which is the probable result of an unreal condition. If this thing happened, that thing would be happening. If I spoke French, I would be working in Paris. But in reality, I don't speak French, so I'm not working in Paris. If I met my friends, I would be having a good time. You wouldn't be smiling if you know the truth. Let's move on to the third conditional. We use past perfect after if and then would have plus past participle in the main clause. So if this thing had happened, that thing would have happened. We use the third conditional to talk about the past result of an unrealistic action or situation in the past. It is often used to express criticism or regret. If you had driven more carefully, you wouldn't have had an accident. But in reality, you had an accident because you didn't drive carefully. If he had studied harder, he would have passed the exam. I would have told Mary if I had seen her. You can replace would with could. If you had saved money, you could have bought a laptop. I could have won the race if I hadn't tripped. Mini review. Here we have zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. If we drive, we get there faster. If we drive, we'll get there faster. If we drove, we would get there faster. If we had driven, you would have gotten there faster. Let's compare them. Zero conditional. My friend and I work in the same office. Sometimes we drive, sometimes we walk. If we drive, we get there faster. So the zero conditional is used when the result always happens. First conditional. Today, my friend and I want to visit John. We can take the 9 o'clock train. Seriously? If we drive, we'll get there faster. We don't need to wait until 9 o'clock. So the first conditional is used to talk about things that may happen in the future. Second conditional. My friend and I don't have a car. It would be impossible to drive. We always go to work by bus. If we drove, we would get there faster. Second conditional is used for things that would be happen in the future, but the condition is so unlikely or impossible. Third conditional. We arrived at John's house 1 hour late. If we had driven, we would have gotten there faster. So the third conditional is used when you regret a decision that you made. Right, that's it for my lessons about conditionals. If you want to watch my other English video in my channel, you can click on the playlist in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Okay? See you next time. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.